Good evening, folks. This is Deb and Dave, and this is the Factivist Report. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about organizing again. And we are also going to talk about the three House races that take place this year before the midterms. Okay? And why they are important, as if you couldn't figure it out for yourself. But just in case you can't, we're going to tell you why. Here's Dave.
Right. So I don't think we really have to go over the things that has done. I'm not going to do that show because at this point, we're trying to figure out how to survive and how to fight back and how to organize and all that stuff. And when to support someone or get the messages out about something other than your district. Typically, it is during elections. And how do you do that? And how do you do it effectively? And also, how do you communicate with your representative effectively? I don't think people really think about it or they know, honestly. And even if now we're having open house or like Zooms and that kind of thing, not only town halls, but like Zoom town halls and that stuff too. So when you get on camera, what do you focus on? And there are things that you can do. So we'll go through that. And then um as Deb said, the three candidates. There's one that has a German name, and I apologize ahead of time because I'll probably mangle it, but I will get there. That is the New York 21st. That's something a little different because I don't even have the dates yet. They had to do something via court, and Democrats basically lost. But we have to figure out when the general is, and I'll let you guys know soon. But I don't even have the dates yet. And then you have the two coming up. The primaries are April 1st for the Republicans for the Florida first and the Florida sixth.
Perfect.
Have
Perfect.
fun, Deb.
Actually. April fucking Fool's Day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not a coincidence, is it? Um, so um, just one thing before we start this.
Yeah,
Download the Five Calls app onto your phone. Okay. It makes calling your
right.
representatives so much easier and so effortless. I said, I tell people this all the time. If you're worried about having to take time out of your day to figure out where to call, this is the perfect app for you. Okay. So
Yeah.
just download it. It doesn't cost you any money.
So as I said, uh, I have a bunch of sources here about kind of what's going on, who has blocked some of Trump's actions, a know different things, a litigation tracker, legal challenges to Trump's administration's actions, and democracy docket.
A great source, a great place to follow.
So, and this one is a kind of a an overview, and this might even be a little early of all the firings that Trump has done so far,
Yeah, like
and
all
that
of the inspectors general who were investigating Elon Musk's businesses,
right
every one of them fired, by the way. That's not coincidence, okay?
now this just happens to be information in regards to mail-in voting and things of that nature, and the House seats and all of that. Now, I believe this is only for the primary, so it's not. I think, in all honesty, the candidates have been set, and in terms of the Republicans, I really don't give a damn, honestly,
They're
as
all,
long as
yeah.
yeah, they suck. So sorry for the unprofessional language, I guess.
No,
Uh,
well, what can, what are you gonna
that
say anything
lovely,
else?
that lovely car salesman looking individual is
Yeah,
Tim Bobanek, supervisor of elections of Brevard County, Florida.
yeah. Don't get me started.
Okay. So, all right. All of that, all of that action, all of that action that we have to block now legally, all the nonsense, and also the red, white, and blue land instead of Greenland and Gulf of America and all that crap. We got to deal with that now.
Yep.
But here's how we deal with it. Um, I don't know when the dates are in terms of the general election in Stefanik's seat yet, but I obviously am going to pay attention. And just because you may live on Long Island, or you may live around Buffalo, or you may not live in Stefanik's district, doesn't matter. You still please we need to we need to flip this seat if possible. Um but and not only for the federal implications, but also for our state. So just saying.
Listen, I don't care if the district is typically red. I'm going to say this, you know, at the risk of, I mean, when did I ever really care, honestly? But if you are a Republican and you're still voting Republican, then there's one of two things wrong here. You either haven't got a fucking clue or you're a fascist because this is not a party
Right.
that you should be pledging any allegiance to. They're total freaking fascists. They're giving the Nazi salute everywhere they go. They can deny it, but it's obvious to even the most moronic of people that I know. So if if you are a Republican and you claim to love your country, but you're going to vote Republican again, then there's something wrong. There's a disconnect somewhere. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
just I can't anymore. I can't. I mean, I'm
but
laughing out of hysteria. It's not that it's even funny to me, but
right,
I just
right, right,
I don't understand it. I mean, it's like the log cabin Republicans. Okay, it's like gay
right,
people
yeah.
giving six figures to Melania Trump to come and talk to her, and then her husband
Or
gets in and he's doing everything he can to destroy the LGBTQ community. It's something I don't fathom. It's like women for Trump. Okay,
right.
I don't get it. So here,
Or I don't want to be too specific because they're gonna figure out who it is. Or an immigrant at work swearing to me that the the teachings and speakings of Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes are are gospel. I'm like, do you
are
have
you
any idea what you're talking about?
probably not?
You're basically sealing your own doom or potential whatever.
I mean, he's deporting immigrants to camps in the jungles of Panama. Do we understand that?
Right. Uh okay.
Now that I've gotten that off my chest, I feel better.
Um, I mean, sometimes you have to do it. You just have to do it. Uh, this is everywhere, and there are going to be very local and localized uh, elections that are going to be extremely important. Uh, a lot of them, I see a lot of state Supreme Court uh, judgeships, things of that nature. So that was just about Pennsylvania, but I just wanted to make a point, and I think this is the okay. This is a list of special elections and election tracking stuff.
This is the AP article, right?
It's the AP article,
So
yes.
all the stuff that's going on in 2025.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And there's a
Good
lot.
list. Yep.
There's a lot. So
There's governor primaries, there's all kinds of stuff.
right. This is something I just threw in here because I want us to all work on communicating with our representatives. It's necessary. Mine is a Republican, but it's necessary. Uh, my rep is Andrew Garbarino, and if people have been watching this for a long time or watching it for a while, I'm a postal employee, and I'm also involved in union activity. But Mr. Garbarino has signed a bill or House Resolution 70 co-sponsoring non-privatization of the post office. And people might point at that and say, well, all of these GOP reps are they're co-sponsoring this bill, Dave. What's the problem? You think that if Donald Trump tells them to scatter like rats, they're not going to scatter like rats?
They've been scattering like rats all along.
So I'm just saying. But
I mean,
these
I've been all over Lisa Murkowski, because she's now out there saying that the Congress has to stand together against Trump. Well, he's had 19 appointees to his cabinet. She's rubber stamped 17 of those. And I find it, I don't know, her words they're empty to me. All right. It's just, I see her posing
right.
next to the guy that he put in there for the Department of Energy, a guy who owns a fracking company. And, I'm wondering about, what happened to climate. Does she care at all about climate change? He wants to unleash the power of nuclear energy. I it's just, I'm sorry. It's all bullshit from that side
So
of the aisle.
so this is just a perspective. This is a way to get your message across and get your elected to move towards action. Okay. So this is stuff that electeds really, really care about. Verified constituents they actually represent. Advocacy that requires effort. The more the effort, the more they care about. Calls, personal emails, and especially showing up in person.
Exactly.
Local press and editorials. From time to time, maybe national press, depending on what it is. The endorsement of an interest group with a verified political power. And that's just part of it. And I know people don't like to hear stuff like that, but that's what it is. Groups of constituents, locally famous individuals or big individual campaign contributors. A concrete asset entails a verifiable action and one simple, timely ask in your communication. So vote for this bill, do this thing,
Block this
advocate for
bill.
this.
Block the
Right.
Save Act.
Block the Save Act, yeah, protest Musk, whatever. These are things that electeds don't care much about. People from places they don't represent. Now, I don't agree with that because most of the time we're talking about House reps, and House reps don't just represent their district. They're representing their state and they are representing the country, despite what people think.
Technically
However,
speaking, every person who works in government essentially votes on bills that are going to affect the entire nation. Okay.
correct. However, it is it is understandable to expect that they're not going to be able to answer everybody from everywhere that they are getting stuff from. So they have to focus on the people who live in their district that that
Right.
elected them. So I understand it. I do. Uh, Form letters, a tweet, or Facebook comments. Do we understand?
They cannot follow you on Facebook. All right. They cannot. I
Right.
I can't when I engage in conversation on Facebook on a post, I tell people to eat to personally message me because I may never find that post again. It might take a lot of work.
And
Okay.
and by the way, listen, you may at some point become big enough on social media or somewhere locally in a group or something where an AOC actually recognizes you and wants to reach out. However, be very, very careful and make sure that it is a verified account before you start communicating with them.
Right.
Hasn't happened to me. It happened to me with other things, but it hasn't happened to me like that. I did see that an AORC, actually, no, it did happen to me sort of, but I didn't fall for it. An AORC contacted me or something about crypto, and I immediately reported them, and I also blocked them and the whole thing. So just be very, very, very careful. Most people, when they go on social media, their intent is good, but just be careful what you listen to and what you read and intake.
And what you repost. Okay. Because Facebook and actually Twitter no longer fact check anything. It's a shit show.
Right, right. And that's the next one. Wonky DC based news. Now, I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but what I assume they're talking about is unverified opinion pieces or something of that nature. Um, your thoughtful analysis of the proposed bill. This is how I, right. I have been a postal employee since blah, blah, blah. I have this many more years. Please continue your support of this bill. Okay. Yes, you put in a little bit about it, but you don't talk about when you were a child and you thought about working for the post office or whatever. And nobody cares. Okay. So what I would say is keep whatever you write, whether it be a form thing or an email or whatever, keep it to one page at the very most, because probably somebody who's a staffer who reads a lot of these things are going to go through it and skim it, make your point, and then let's go. Uh, a single constituent. I don't agree with that either. A single constituent can turn into thousands. So the point being that you can't be the only one, but you have to be the one.
Right.
Okay. You have to write it. You can't think about what other people are doing. General ideas about the world. I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
Right.
Uh, a laundry list of all the issues you're concerned about.
Keep it simple.
Focus on, keep it simple, focus on one, but keep writing them.
Right, exactly. Write about them, write
Okay.
about all your issues as individual things. Okay?
And by the way, Deb and I have individualized Facebook groups for a reason. So you can, whatever that issue is, that's what you're talking about in that thing, not every single thing is about Elon Musk, unless it's about an agency he's trying to dismantle.
Right.
That's all right. What your elected considers a good outcome versus a bad outcome. This is understanding who you're working with, okay? And some of this you're not going to like to hear, some of this you're going to like to hear. So, desired outcome constituent feels happy that their concerns were answered. Local newspaper reports that Congresswoman Sarah appeared at the opening of a new bridge, which she helped support funding for. Uh, then you have like a town hall thing. Local newspaper reports uh, that state Senator Rob hosted a town hall and discussed his work to balance the budget. Policy position, Congressman Sarah votes on the bill, releases a press statement, hailing it as a step forward. Negatives, constituents post a letter on social media saying it didn't answer their questions of, an answer. You're seeing, well, I'm seeing it in my local groups and things of that nature. People are pushing for town halls again. Deb, your feeling on town halls for 2 seconds.
I don't think they're a bad thing. I just think that it's hard to do them in enough numbers for what's going on right now in this country. But
Right, right,
um, you know, I think the other thing is that people think that we can get rid of all the billionaire money in elections and these guys can do town halls instead. Well, when you're campaigning for a federal seat, doing a town hall in every place you have to go to campaign is an expensive thing. You're going to have to get money from somewhere. So you have to keep in mind that they're going to ask we the people for the money, right?
right,
So understand what the town halls are useful, and they have to be about useful topics. Let's put it that way. It's not just a bitch session. That's not
right.
what we want.
It can't degrade into whatever the hell, like Moms for Liberty freaking screed.
Right, right.
It can't do that. Now, the
Just if it's on
negatives,
a topic, like a singular topic, all
right.
right? Like just like when you contact them on the phone or write them a letter, focus. That's really what you have to do.
The point being that most people, most sane people, even some, and I believe my own representative, uh, some GOP representatives still take bad press as bad press.
Right.
So this is just about,
Unlike
listen,
Donald Trump, who sees any press as good press.
exactly. So, but the point being, you pressure people to do it. There is a current push for Nicola Lota to have a real town hall. And I applaud the people in in my local area for doing so. It's not even my district, it's east to me, but these are the things you have to start doing or getting involved with. And by the way, bitching and moaning on Blue Sky or Twitter or whatever is okay as long as you take action against whatever you're saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Off
So
of social media.
off of social
Off of
media.
social media.
So we get off of this and start. This is let me try it.
Gendabine.
Mr. Gindabine.
Gendabine. Gendabine.
Gindabine?
Yeah, I think so.
Gindabine. Okay. It's a German name. This is New York 21st special election. Let me just get the biggest scandal of against Mr. Gindabine. His biggest scandal was in 2013 when they interviewed him. He said he'd rather work alongside an immigrant than a drunk white guy that doesn't want to work. They're like, oh, he's racist. So that's the
I
worst.
actually would rather hire immigrants than work with the lazy white people I work with every day. Okay? I'm just going to
Just
go there.
saying.
I'm just going there. Okay? I'm sorry, but you know,
All
what
right, come on. Is this the one? Yeah. So right now, I believe, yeah. So right now, they're saying that the general is going to be November 3rd of, well, that doesn't make any sense. No, I don't know. The thing is, I don't know when the special election is going to be. I don't know yet. They just blocked it from being in November. So I don't know when the primaries or it has to be soon, but this is Mr. Jindabyne's
can I
uh
just say something
thing.
about his name? I've looked it
Yeah.
up. It should be pronounced. I just did. I just did the whole because I'm
You,
good. I get a lot of
yeah.
problems with Telepiana, so I do
Okay.
Zonderbein. It is
What?
not German, actually. It's saying it's uh French, I think. Jean de
Okay.
Bien.
John DeBean.
Yeah, Jean de Bien.
Oh, that's gonna be fun for the next 6, 8 months. Okay. Sean DeBean.
Jean
All
de
right.
Bien with a Z. Started with a Z. Jean de Bien.
Sean DeBean. Okay.
Okay.
This is what he's running, etc. Blah blah blah. Okay, so next is the first. The Florida first.
Now, Gay Valamont ran against him in the last election.
Right.
She ran against Mr. All Hands on Deck, so to speak.
Right. Rapey McForehead. Ah.
Forehead, right? That was his
Um,
name. Yep.
so we don't know who the Republican is going to be yet. So I'm not going to go through all of that. I believe the general is going to be in June, so I'm going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about it. This one, that's the first, and then you have Josh Weil. Okay, this is all This is all from his website: healthcare, border immigration, healthy environment. Serve the people.
He's a progressive. He's a
Right.
good.
He is a progressive. He's definitely a progressive.
Yep.
And he is in running in the Florida 6. It is heavily red, but Deb, say it again, Deb.
If you are a Republican and you're still voting Republican, there is something wrong with you. Okay. I'm sorry. It is going to take a very long time to bring that party back to what it used to be, where you could disagree on issues, but still work across the aisle. Okay. Not on everything, but on a lot of things. We are not there anymore. We have a dictator in the White House right now and a Congress on the Republican side that is totally behind him or willing to turn their eyes the other way to it because they're worried about their own personal seats. That's not the way you serve the public. So it's time to step out of your comfort zone and let's clean this mess up because it's not going anywhere if we keep these people in office. It just isn't.
Now, I completely agree with everything that Deb's saying. You do have, especially if you're younger and you are you know you're energized to do this stuff. You need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit, reach out. And by the way, you can start with social media to do that, but just be very, very careful who you reach out to. Please. We've been through that. We've done that. I just wanted to mention this for just 2 seconds. A post by a MAGA supporter who said they were laid off because of Trump's votes is going mega viral. When you see stuff like this, yeah, blow it up a little bit. You know, let these people feel the pressure a little bit.
You don't seriously think that Donald Trump is going to stop to see if you have an R next to your name, do you? He's hurting everyone. All right. He's
Right.
hurting Kansas farmers right now. There's an article out there by a farmer himself who said that the Kansas farmers were played for fools by Donald Trump. Okay. He doesn't care about you. You are a vote to him. He's gotten what he wants from you. This is the way he is. He's been this way all his life.
Right. Right. And I
You
already
were a
did my
means to an end. That's what you were, a means to an end.
yep. I already did my military screed, but if you guys, if you're not furious with Trump in some regard, I really don't understand it. I don't. Okay. I went off the rails a little bit at work, but but the thing is,
You're not alone
I
on that one.
I don't see how people don't see it now. Oh, well, he's getting things done. How's he getting things done?
Sure is getting things done. He sure is. He's fucking over the American people left and
Right.
right. He's fucking over our allies left and right. He's threatening other nations left and right. He's kissing Vladimir Putin's ass left and right. Yeah, he is getting shit done. None of it good for you. Grow up.
No. Right. Now, here's my thing. Deb, I don't know how much longer we're going to be doing this, but I see the pattern already. Let's just say, for argument's sake, okay, it's by the way, it's not a given. Oh, that was the last thing I did want to mention. There is a video out there that talks about the 5 reasons why Trump isn't going to succeed. Okay, it's about a 10-minute video. Take a look at it. It makes a lot of sense. The fact that things always change in terms of politics, he's not going to be able to sustain his popularity.
And we have to make
Once,
sure he doesn't sustain it.
and
That's
we
the
have
point.
to be the one. We have to continue with the pressure.
Right. We can't just say,
Okay.
oh, well, look at this guy saying he won't be able to do it. So I'm just going to take it easy now and let it ride out. You know what? Forget that
That's not
shit.
what I'm, that's
Okay.
not what I'm saying here. And that is my fear for bringing it up in the first place. But the thing is, we continue the pressure and we stop this. He can fail and still win an election. We've seen it. It just happened.
Right.
Okay, so just because he fails in policy does not mean he doesn't win. So we have to make sure that he doesn't win. But in the meantime, make sure we block
Oh,
every single possible thing that we can,
you know,
starting with the
let me
stuff
just put
that's
it to you
most
this way.
important to us.
It
Yeah,
says here that this guy that was laid off, wrote a personal letter to Donald Trump hoping to get his job back. It's clear that this MAGA supporter doesn't give a fuck about the rest of the MAGA supporters who are losing their jobs either. Just as long as I'm taken care of, once again, not in my backyard, again, another major failing of the American people. Another
right,
major failing. We're
right.
like the world's toddlers. We are. It's all about me, 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 me. I already had my
Oh,
2 kids. Okay, I'm done.
right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I actually forgot to mention that, and I see it a lot at work. As long as I get my piece,
I
I
don't care
don't give a
about you.
shit.
Right.
I don't give a damn about you. So let's do it within the rules, but at the same time, yeah.
Yeah.
So I talked a lot about my job today. Oh God. Ah, Hi Deb, how are you?
I'm doing good.
My name's Dave. I'm a workaholic. But the point being, everything we're talking about is we have to tighten up and we have to get a little tougher. All of us, by the way, not just the Democrats, not just the
No,
Democrats. Okay, people keep on saying they're laying down or whatever. Everyone is listening to us right this second. We have to continue the pressure. We do.
by the way,
Okay.
February 28th, you're not buying a goddamn thing. Okay. I don't care what you need, but it is it's 1 day, people. 1 day. Okay. 1 day. No spending money on February 28th. It's a complete capitalism blackout. Okay. Done. Okay. If you're going to have Burger King, buy it the night before and stick it in the refrigerator, stick it in the microwave, whatever the fuck it is. Okay. You're not spending any money on February 28th. Eat a fucking salad for a day. All right. That's basically it. So we'll close this video out rather than continue on with this
I was
nonsense.
like, I was like, what the hell day is it? Oh,
February
okay,
28th. This is what? This is
the
the
23rd.
23rd. You got food shopping to do before the 28th? Get it done. Okay. We're not spending any money on the 28th. What is it? What day is that on?
I don't even know. That's what I was trying to figure out. Today's Sunday, Friday.
Okay, good. That's good because that's not
Yeah,
my food shopping day. I'm good.
right, right. So,
I'm good. I'm just going to
and
fucking work from 12 to 6 and come home and sit on my ass and not buy a goddamn thing either online or in a store.
by
Now,
the way,
now,
before,
wait, they
before
are
yeah.
saying one thing. They are saying one thing. If you can buy from locally owned businesses, that's different.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay.
locally owned. Okay,
Yeah,
that
I was going to go there.
so that's what I saw on the original when they posted this originally. If you have to buy, make it from a locally owned shop. Okay,
By the way, you got to go to a club. Yeah, don't go to whatever the hell, Dave and Buster's. Or don't go to like a
don't go to a
freaking
club. Spend one night at home.
one
Okay,
night.
watch a
Yeah.
movie, whatever the hell, and don't rent it from Amazon Prime either. Okay, please. All right, gang, that's it for tonight. February 28th. You're not buying shit. Okay, jack shit. Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Okay.